Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Rietspruit Game Reserve and another exciting afternoon safari. Oh, oopsie. Sorry about that. Nice music, however. I'm just busy tuning into the YouTube channel, see who's with us. Be quiet. Good afternoon, Mary, Carol, Elsa, Willow, Betty, and Karen. Lovely to have you all with us. And for those who are not on the private channel, welcome to you all as well. Very excited to be out here with you guys. We are searching for elephants right now, everybody. I just checked the collar on the big bull elephant just before we got started, and it looks like he pinged quite close to, geez, for a second there I thought it was No Hope's little baby rhino walking across the road, but it's just a big warthog. Yeah, so the elephant bull pinged pretty close to Seskankrip, this little waterhole, this popular waterhole just up ahead here. So I'm hoping they might actually be on their way to drink the elephant. So we're going to go have a quick look around there, everybody. And then from there, who knows? We just had tracks of our female leopard, the unnamed female leopard, the one that's relaxed here close to camp. Had tracks of her on the road back here, but the tracks are, however, just on top of the rain which came down around midnight last night. So I suspect she was active in this area sometime around the middle of last night. So we're not going to follow those tracks immediately. We'll start with the elephants, see where that takes us, and maybe come back this way and look for the leopard. She headed in an easterly direction off of this road that we're on here. So going back into her favorite sort of haunt, her favorite area where she likes to hunt. But those tracks are a little bit old now, having been from midnight last night, or at least that's my guess. Let's see if we can find these elephants, everybody. I don't know if the big bull is with the herd, but it's very likely that he is. And so we'll start there. I know that a couple of my very good friends on Leadwood are busy searching for the pride. I'm waiting eagerly to hear if they have any luck. They tried to find them this morning but had no luck. But they're out at it again this afternoon. Hoping we might also get lucky with rhino at Seskankrip this afternoon. It's been a pretty cold morning, but temperature's certainly risen in the last hour or two. It's turned out to be a gorgeous afternoon. There you go. First sign of elephant. Definitely one of the cows, judging by the size of the track here. You can clearly see that it looks like a starling has walked over her track, this female elephant's track. It's interesting, that track is actually crossing the road going in an easterly direction. But from the last ping we got off the bull's collar, he's up ahead on the western side of the road. But of course the elephants do sort of weave while they're feeding. They may have crossed the road several times as we go along here. But it's nice to know that this bull is most likely with the herd, seeing that track, seeing a female elephant's track. That looks like the bull's track. has been driven over. A couple of vehicles that have driven up here during the day, but there are, a number of maintenance vehicles that are servicing the water holes, checking the roads, so they're active in the middle of the day, and they've driven over the one half of the bull's track there, but definitely of him heading in the direction of this water hole. Such a beautiful print. I love the cracks in the soles of their feet that register in the sand like that. Those beautiful identifiable lines on their feet. I suppose if you studied elephants' feet and their tracks for long enough, you'd get to know the individuals quite well. They're each of them unique, with obviously the cracks that form in the soles of their feet.
On Burbank, number 2.
Sandy, did you have any tracks of the Pride now this afternoon?
Yes, I couldn't establish a proper solid track. There was a bit of up and down, and just downstream from Sandy Bend, but they vanished. So I came towards Papara to check hyena number, and also nothing. So we'll go back now into the red spread.
Okay, copy that. There were tracks of that relaxed female on Seskantpad, just north of Mundoring. She headed east off the road, sort of southeast towards the reservoir.
Okay, copy that, thanks.
Yeah, I think those tracks are from middle of last night of that leopard. So there's still tracks on the road here, everybody, of the elephants going straight to the water, which we're now very close to here. Now the ping that I got had that bull back left here, so maybe they have already come and gone from the water, came to have a drink, and they've pushed towards the tree line. They like to feed on the plants growing close to the riverbed, which is off to our left here. Tracks have still been driven over by somebody here today. I assume the maintenance team, the land care managers. Certainly not at the water hole, so I'm just going to cut back towards the river. How's it, Simon? Good and you? The elephants must have drank there, I think. The bull pinged somewhere back here, I think, Birdman.
When?
3:30.
Okay, so back in the drainage.
I think they must have gone back towards the deep strait, yeah. I'm going to go have a look. Do you want to maybe check Witgat? Go through the riverbed and check on the other side, and I'll check this section here close to the tree line.
Is that track that goes up on the left there?
Yes.
Where are you off to?
I'm just going to check close to the riverbed on this side of the river.
Okay, let me go through there and do a quick check it out. So I was going to go and stake out that the Mundoring and that, hoping the jummer would come out and drink at the reservoir or something. That was my plan before I knew the bull was here.
They might go back that way. Just having a chat with my good friend Simon, who's also out here trying to find the elephants this afternoon. You see they did. They walked right along here. Lots of general game on top of the elephants' tracks here, however. Mary's asked the question, who is on the high seat behind me today? We have been graced by the presence of Matty.
Hello.
Hello, sir, with us this afternoon. Good to have you with us, bud. Thank you very much. Right, don't see tracks anymore. I think the elephants have cut through here. I'm just going to switch off here quick and listen. See if we can't hear them feeding.
They seem to have stopped out on two crossings, and the tracks now head onto Blowbank down Pofadapad south.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks, Sandy. I'll come and follow up there with you shortly. I'm still just trying to see if I can locate the elephants. They definitely drank at Seskant and then headed west, back towards the Deep Sloot, directly west from Seskant Krip.
Okay, copy. So I'm coming from the north end down Pofadapad. We'll see if we can close these tracks.
Copy. That's great news on the radio, everybody. My other very good friend Sandy is busy tracking the Pride as best as she can. She's a pretty damn good tracker, I must say. And it seems like it's good news, everybody. The Pride have crossed from Leadwood onto Blowbank, so the portion of the reserve we're on right now, and they were heading south towards us here. Good afternoon, Jan. Good to have you with us. Really hoping we're going to get to see some elephants and lions this afternoon. The Pride's tracks head this direction, where we're sitting right now, just hoping to hear the elephants feeding. Only problem is if they are in the riverbed itself, where we are here, we often struggle with signal. Can't hear anything here, so I'm going to keep going, everybody. Go a bit further in here, go a bit further south. Ah, there we go. Jackpot, everybody. Elephants feeding right here in front of the vehicle. I can't see it right now, but I just switched off to listen and I can hear it feeding here. One of them is definitely feeding right here somewhere. Oh wow, look at that. Amazing. It's the big bull, the big collared bull here, everybody. Birdman, where you last saw me, I've located the big bull with the collar. He's feeding here.
I'll double back and come to you.
Oh, amazing. Look at that, guys. He's found himself an acacia tree that he is clearly enjoying. The herd, I think, have moved on. They've crossed the road where we first saw the tracks of that cow. I think was where they went to. And he's just hanging back here with his tree. He's happy with what he's got to feed on here. Our station's the large bull with the collar is feeding in the block west of Seskant, but about 400 meters south of Seskant Krip, right up against the deep slit drainage. What a fantastic way to start our afternoon. Birdman, I think you've gone past me again. I'm south of you now. I'm on that Seskant deep track. Closer to where it meets Antjak Sloot Oos.
I'll come south a bit more.
So something that I noticed the other day, everybody, is it appears that this bull is still in must, but I think he's coming towards the end of his must cycle now. It doesn't appear to be as much urine dribbling from the sheath of the penis. And also the secretions on the temporal gland are starting to dry up a little bit. You know, the secretions usually run right down the cheek, you know, under the chin. And they now just, there's a small little dark patch around that temporal gland. So I think he is coming towards the end of that must cycle now. So now already he'll be so much more relaxed than he was before. I still keep asking myself, you know, has he mated with any of the cows in that herd? We just don't know. We'll only know, you know, in quite a while from today, of course. But he, of course, will also then come into another must cycle, probably not this year, maybe sometime early next year. And he'll be back with the herd again, trying to mate during that must cycle. Copy that. How far south of Pofadder Dam, Sandy?
So this is the road that leaves Twin Crossings before Pofadder. If you're coming along west on Twin Crossings, it's Pofadder Pad first. So the road that goes from the dam is Pofadder Dam track. And I'm not on that road.
Sorry, I got them mixed up. How far south of Twin Crossings did you lose the tracks?
And not very far at all, and I lose them.
Thanks very much, Sandy. I'll head there shortly. Have a look at that tree that this elephant is feeding on, everybody. You'll notice the signs of where he's been feeding all over that tree. So he's been here a while. This is pretty damn close to, you know, where I thought I was going to find him this afternoon in the first place. But of course then found the tracks of the females, and that's what threw us a little bit, because I thought he was still trailing the females, but he's temporarily given up on them, and it's because of this tree, I'm sure of it. This umbrella thorn that he's feeding on. Might even have a lot of new growth, a lot of new foliage coming out. It's what it looks like. And just looking now through my binoculars, I can see all the debris lying on the ground where he's been feeding here. He's been here for an hour at least, I'd say. Yeah. Yeah, so powerful. It's unbelievable. Here's some baboons squabbling in the distance. Now, I just got an update from Sandy, everybody, who was tracking the lions. She has lost the tracks. They left the road that she was following the tracks on, and I don't think Sandy's going to get off the vehicle and continue following them from that point. But I definitely want to try and get up there and try and find that pride for everybody. It'd be wonderful if we managed to catch up with the pride. I know that Karen has been asking to see Bucket for quite some time. So yeah, maybe we'll get lucky this afternoon, Karen. But super stoked that we've managed to find the big guy here for the start of our drive. And you probably find he'll still be here a while. Particularly now that he's coming out of must, he's not as concerned to keep up with the herd. Also, he knows he'll probably find them quite easily when he gets going. Interesting, there are no signs of the young bull being here with the older bull. And what we do know is the younger bull has also just recently come into must. So he's probably trying his luck with the herd right now. I would imagine he's probably very close to wherever they are. What has been interesting to note as well is that this older bull has certainly been putting the young guy in his place. I've seen on a couple of occasions now where he's had literally a full-blown charge at the younger bull. Every time that younger bull got a bit closer to the herd, this old guy would give that younger bull a real run for his money and chase him off, and the younger bull did the smart thing each time and just hightailed it. Incredible to see these two big elephant bulls moving at such speed. But haven't come to blows that we know of, which is good. But of course, bit of flatulence there. Of course, we do know that these bigger bulls suppress the must cycles of the younger bulls. They sort of keep them in check. keep them behaved, which I find fascinating. It's incredible. And it's also why we had to introduce a older bull with the younger bull. You can't just take younger bulls and put them on a reserve. They become quite dangerous in those reserves where that has happened in the past. If they're not, with older bulls, those musth cycles take over and they can't control themselves, and they become quite a threat to wildlife, to people, to fences. So well done to everybody involved with moving the two bulls here of different ages. Amazing watching that dexterous trunk just carefully select exactly which branch he wants off of the tree. And then place it perfectly in his mouth so that his molars can go to work. He really does have a lovely set of tusks, this bull. I can't wait to see what he'll look like in 20 years' time. Wow, so cool. Alright everybody, I think we are going to love and leave the big guy. I want to try and get up to the tracks of the pride that Sandy had as quickly as possible before we lose the light. See if we can figure out where they've gone to. But what a treat finding this guy first up. I've left Birdman with that elephant bull still feeding, same position, off Ses Deep track, just southwest of Seskan Krip. Sandy for Gareth.
Standing by.
Sands, where are you currently checking?
Guys, I'm in the complete area, so I'm back in the red spread now, but they definitely went either east or west from Forfadapat, and I have checked, they're not at Forfada at the moment, at the dam. They're not there, but that's as far as I checked.
Copy, thanks very much. I'll head up that way now. But before I do, I see I've got some road maintenance to do of my own here. Don't know if you all saw the baboons that were running across the road here. These will be the ones we heard earlier. But I don't know if a vehicle has thrown this rock down here or if it was the elephants. Quite a big rock. Wow, listen to that call of the male baboon. These baboons are certainly entertaining when they squabble with each other. I love the sounds they make. It's mostly the poor youngsters that are getting picked on that are squealing like that. Right, obstacle removed. Hold on tight, Maddie. Bit of a bumpy ride going down here. Nothing that the trusty Jackal with its strong Dunlop tyres can't handle. Very grateful to be sponsored by Dunlop. They really do make a brilliant tyre. I've actually just fitted my personal vehicle with a set of their tyres. Really, really good product. Such a beautiful riverbed this. Still dying to one day come crawling down here and find a leopard just resting in this riverbed. It's going to happen one day. Right, everybody, so it sounds like Sandy had to move out of the area entirely. I assume she's probably just gone home. Sandy is one of the homeowners on Leadwood. So we'll just have to head pretty much straight up to where those tracks are, but at the same time keep a close lookout where we are already. So the tracks are off to our right, so coming from the north and heading south. So anywhere in this area we could potentially come across the tracks of the Pride. I'm not entirely sure at what time they were moving. but it's very likely sometime last night, early this morning, and they could very easily have come this far south already. One of my colleagues, Ashley, back in camp, said that she heard lions roaring last night, and she thought they were pretty close to our camp. So you never know. Could be the pride. But let's go to the tracks we do know of, which are a bit further north of here. Start from there. Who knows who else we might bump into along the way. Another massive knobthorn tree that's been bowled over by the elephants, presumably the elephant bull that I'm just going around here. Certainly having his say when it comes to shaping the landscape of the Rietspraat Game Reserve, that's for sure. Not just him, but all of them. Interestingly enough, I think it was yesterday, somebody found a zebra head up against the fence line up here on the northern side by Leadwood, which had been dragged there by hyena. And we assume it was the pride that must have killed that zebra, fed on it, and then moved on, and the hyenas have then come in afterward and broken it up, fed on the carcass. And we think that hyena was trying to drag that head of the zebra back to its cub somewhere, presumably on the other side of said fence, because it then stops at the fence. It couldn't actually get that head through the fence. The zebra's head was too big for the gap where that hyena obviously got through. Really interesting find. But yeah, it just, it makes us think that this pride has eaten a pretty substantial meal recently. So I'm hoping that'll mean they haven't gone too far. They might be resting somewhere in this area, resting in the shade somewhere here. One thing I am hoping they haven't done is gone down into the riverbed that we've just gone through here to our right. It's parallel to us here. And again, we're just going to really struggle with signal in that riverbed. But we do know these lions like to go and sleep in that riverbed quite regularly. Okay, so I can now see where Sandy turned around here. Apologies for the breakup, everybody. I believe there is a little bit of breakup. I don't think it'll last too long. Okay, so we found where Sandy had turned around. This is where she had the tracks, somewhere close by here, everybody. But she said she lost the tracks on the road. So somewhere up here, these lionesses turned off. Just going slowly here, just to make sure that I don't miss their tracks. Haven't seen any yet. Good afternoon, Sue. Good to have you with us. Busy trying to find some lions at the moment, Sue. And no, the zebra head was not left by Brent. Brent's in Botswana at the moment with Cookie, Connie and Barbara. They must be having an incredible time on their safari up there. This is where they went off. least one of them. There's a little game path that goes in here, everybody. You can just see one of the lioness's tracks down here. You can see it here. So the bad news is they have turned towards the riverbed, which I was hoping they wouldn't go down into. You never know, it's still a good 500 yards till you reach that riverbed, so you never know, they might have stopped before that point. Just want to have a quick look here and see if they continue along this game path. The reality is they could be sleeping right here.
Getting mobile in your bed.
Guys looking for the Pride. I think they crossed twin crossings this morning. They went to short red on Pofada Putt. He has the collared male, I think Birdman's still with him, southwest of Seskan Krip, and there was some rhino on Kaya. And the male lions in the block just north of the Kaya southern fence line. And that's all. I think only now one station on Blowbank.
Okay, copy. So, Pride definitely crossed around Pofada Dam.
It was before the dam. I found their tracks. They crossed twin crossings, came out of Rocky Trail, crossed twin crossings, went down Pofada Putt for 200 meters above, and then I lost the tracks.
Okay, copy. Thanks.
Hello everybody. Right, hope you can all hear me. Didn't find the lions, but I got about 200 yards in and their tracks are still going straight towards the riverbed. So there is one more road we can check which runs parallel to the riverbed, and I'm almost certain we're going to find tracks of these lions crossing that road. Yeah, same place it always is. Try my best. I'm being reprimanded by FC at the moment. Apparently when I go tracking there was quite a lot of scratchy noise whilst I was on foot, so apologies about that everybody. Right, just going to quickly whip around, get to the road where I think we'll find the Pride's tracks next. They do keep going. If they go through the riverbed, then I'm certain we'll be able to catch up to them. It's obviously quite difficult with having to come back to the vehicle and move the vehicle around. Completely different scenario. I'm working with a tracker who can stay on the tracks, take the handle radio, stay on the tracks, and I can just drive around with the vehicle. Speeds up the process quite a bit. But anyway, we'll give it our best shot. So we're now on the boundary with Leadwood, everybody. This Lead now on the left-hand side of the road, and due east. Well, not anymore, because now we're going to go south, back onto Blowbunk, and hopefully find these lions' tracks. Rather staying on the road than crossing it. Hoping they might just walk along this road and then may have stopped somewhere to rest up. Right, now we're getting pretty close to where I would have expected the Pride's tracks to either cross this road or come out onto this road. Just going to slow right down now and do our very best not to miss those tracks. Because of course if they come along one of these game paths and walk straight across the road, it's very easy to miss the tracks. Maddie, you got your eyes peeled, eh? Good man. Standing by.
Where are you looking at the moment?
Tracks of the Pride cut east from Pofadder Putt towards Deep Sloot Wes. Not far from Twin Crossings. 500-600 meters from Twin Crossings. So yeah, I'm on Deep Sloot Wes now, heading south from Twin Crossings.
Yeah, okay, because I'm just heading on Deep Sloot West, so I'm number 2 then on Novunk.
Good afternoon to all of those that have just joined in with us. Very happy to have you with us. We are currently searching for the Pride. We had tracks of them from sometime last night or early this morning in this area. I'm just now having a close look. See if we can pick up the tracks again. Last tracks were over to my right, heading this direction.
Gareth, have you still got tracks?
No, there's no tracks here, Kevin. I'm just hoping to pick them up again on Deep Sloot Wes. I was tracking them on foot through the block from Pofadder Putt, heading east towards this road. But yeah, our last tracks were midway in the block, coming east.
Yeah, because if they go along this track, they normally go down into the Deep Sloot and cross over onto the other side.
Yes. Copy.
I think I'm going to go back onto Deep Sloot West then.
Copy that. I see your mom's commenting about you being on the high seat, Maddie.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, she's very chuffed. As am I. I don't get the privilege of having Maddie out here all that much with me, so it's a nice treat. All right, come on, lions. Where are you hiding? The bush is also very quiet around here. No alarm calls, which either means most likely the lions have moved quite a bit further on, or they're just sleeping somewhere and nobody's actually found them. Nobody's detected them. Yeah, you see, we might have missed their tracks. We've almost gone past the point of where I last saw the tracks in the block up here. Big game path here. I just want to make sure they didn't go down this game path. Nothing there. Tracks there again. Okay, I think they have crossed the drainage line, the little riverbed I've been talking about, everybody. So I'm just going to go for a quick walkabout here again, just to confirm that. I won't be gone long, folks. The riverbed is very close by here, in fact. But you can clearly see one of the lioness's prints here, where she crossed the road. Right, I'll be back soon. Yeah, you know where the road makes that sharp bend away from the drainage line and then cuts back to it. The tracks come out on the road here. Still heading south though, on Deep Sloot West, parallel to the river.
Okay, copy. Joe, I'm on the other side now, but I'll go along Deep Sloot West just in case they cross.
Copy.
Before that Rotswald, so that's that drainage line, that's a deep one that goes through.
Yeah, affirmative.
The old hyena there.
Yeah, very close to that. Alright, hello everybody. So I followed their tracks. They turned actually away from the river and they came back on the road just up ahead here. The Pride. Oh dear. I've got knots in my cables.
I've had a brief visual of that female leopard near Crook.
Oh no.
Down into the drainage line.
Okay, copy that. Thanks. So that's the drainage line on the western side of the football.
The main drainage line.
So they came up this game path and then came out just here. Everybody. Probably see their tracks. Yeah. There we go. And this is where I turned around and came back to your, is at this point here. I believe Simon's just seen a leopard in the south of the reserve. I wonder if likely. So this little spot where I've come in here, where the tracks of the Pride come toward, is actually the old spotted hyena den site. I actually haven't checked this area in quite some time for the hyenas, but I don't think they are here. Not seeing the Pride's tracks anymore either, so they must have turned somewhere behind us here. waterfall. Something small. Right, I have to circle back. Just try to see where these lions tracks went off to. That shepherd's tree here in front of us. Somewhere around here, where Kevin first discovered the hyena's den. I think it's a little bit closer to the riverbed here. That was an amazing time when they were denning here. Used to just drive up here, this little cul-de-sac, this dead end, and most evenings you'd see the cubs and the mothers playing with the cubs and nursing those cubs before the adult females would go out, you know, on their night of hunting and scavenging. So love to find another hyena den here.
I've got to watch it.
Look what I found, everybody. Yes, please. Well done to Matt and Ashley for sorting out the gremlins. And what a treat, everybody. Our hard work paid off this evening. Yeah. What a pleasure. Troper, indeed, lots of kitties. 6 of them. 6 beautiful lionesses. Now, I've been with them for a little while, of course. I've been here 20 minutes. And when I first got here, I actually thought they were going to move. A couple of them had moved around and they were stretching and yawning and all had their heads up. But it could possibly be because of myself and Kevin having been on foot in the area. Maybe they picked up on that. Maybe they picked up on our scent or heard us walking in this area. But most of them have now laid down again and are sleeping before a long night ahead of them. The lionesses. Interesting, eh? So I think that's Bucket who's just laid down at the back there. Put her head down. The last one to put her head down there. I think it's her. And Kevin and Greer have come to join us here, everybody, and we were just discussing how awesome it was, you know, when Bucket was first discovered as a cub. It was in this very riverbed where we've been tracking them this afternoon. Just a bit further south of where we are now is where that little cub was first discovered by my dad and one of the other guides that works here on the Reedspread Game Reserve. And then, of course, you know, most of you all know the whole story of this amazing lioness that was rescued from probably almost certain death. It would have probably starved to death, and rescued by Brent and reunited with the rest of the pride, and to now sit here with a 4-year-old female just completely thriving in this pride is something very special for all of us sitting here, the ones in the vehicles and all of you that have joined us this evening. Yes, indeed, Karen. Step out of the room and welcome back to the pride. Sleeping pride, however. But we're going to stick around a little bit longer here and just see if we don't get lucky with them getting active. Kevin was just saying how this morning they were apparently quite vocal, the pride. They were roaring quite a lot. Pretty cool. You don't always hear prides roaring as much as the males do. Jeez. That would be a moment if we got that again here this evening. Oh, I've heard something.
Seeing the lock of the male lions along the southern fence line just to the west of Hippo Road, one station on lock. Lighty will have two. So Lighty needed two new ones. I'm going to get one female Kudu and one somewhere else. And apparently they're quite good at escaping out of the light. You can tell them, they've got these two, they put them in a dome, they put collars in them. They promptly escape. I've been wandering around all over and trying to find them. And the one's got a frequency of 148.8 on the telemetry. Bruce McDonald was flying around and he picked up a ping from them. Yesterday there were people running around and were trying to get there, some live riddles. Eventually this morning they get there, then others find this whole rack of elephants alive with whole collars. One of them is on the same people. They had aeroplanes and helicopters on top.
Oh my goodness.
You know who else was there?
Okay.
You know who else was there? Brian and Jano from us. They were going to go film the cheetah capture.
So you must know how delighted they were when they...
Yeah, I'm sure that's a good story.
That's
a story, Andy,
100%, and it's on, it's recorded. Unreal.
I thought this cheetah was being very still.
Hello Marcy, welcome back. So happy you managed to come back and join us. Yes, we are sitting here with Bucket and the rest of her pride. We think that Bucket is the one furthest in picture, the one right at the back there. But the ladies are resting. Yes. Kevin says they're not resting, they're just practicing their sleeping. They are very good at it. Interesting. Monkeys are alarm calling just south of us here, everybody. It's not impossible that they might have seen one of the lionesses, but I don't think so. It's probably just too far. Wonder if that could be a leopard that's moving close by to us here. I want it. Where those monkeys are now. No, you go for it. I'll stay here and then I'll come join you if you have any luck there. So Kevin's going to head off here, everybody. We've got monkeys alarm calling very close to where we are here now, just a bit further south of us, and we think it could be a leopard. We're going to let Kevin go do all the hard work and see if he can find the leopard for us, everybody, while we just stay here a little bit longer just to see if we get the lions up on the move here. Yes, indeed. Betty's just asked if we are extending the time today. Yes, we are. We're just going to extend it till about 6:15 our time this evening. Hoping that we'll get lucky with the pride greeting one another and possibly getting up and moving on. And I also just want to stick around and see if Kevin doesn't have any luck with what we think is a leopard a bit further south of us here. I'm sure you all won't mind that if Kevin did find a leopard, I'd probably need to move swiftly along from this position to go and try and join him. But for the time being, it's lovely. You know, especially after tracking the pride the whole afternoon, it's just such a treat to have found them. You can see a little bit of stirring starting to begin, a little bit of grooming, particularly from the lioness closest to us.
Kevin for Jakes.
Jakes for Gareth.
Gareth, I'm just looking for Kevin. Just want to find out if he found the key. So if you can maybe just let him know it's not urgent, but yeah, if you can just maybe let me know sometime.
Copy that. See, these lionesses are now focusing on something south of us. It's exactly where the monkey's alarm calls originated from. Check at this lioness. She's watching the hardy-dar ibis that's flying overhead, making all that racket. Just imagine that leopard comes strolling in here. What chaos will ensue. Most beautiful sunset light hitting these lionesses at the moment, the last bit of light of the day. Oh, that is a sunset, that's for sure. They tricked us. We thought they were going to get up now. They've all settled in again. Sorry, Kevin, go again. Kevin, go again with your last message. Copy. Beautiful call of the fiery neck nightjar now. Haven't really been able to see too much of each of the lionesses in terms of how full they are, but certainly the one or two that we did see getting up look like they have digested most of whatever they ate in the last 2 days, which we presume is that zebra. So there's a very good chance they'll be hunting again tonight, these females. Be very keen to come and try find them again tomorrow and see if they haven't maybe killed something else. That lioness just put her head up. She's listening to the hippos that were calling behind us. And Marcy asked if you could maybe try zoom in on Bucket at the back there.
Need some light. Oh.
She's thinking about getting up. There you go. Just getting up for a stretch. Listen to those nightjars, everybody. Not going to do too much just yet, she's decided. Incredibly flexible. I'm sure you can all hear the fiery-necked nightjars now. They've flown in a lot closer to us. Most beautiful sound. Such an iconic African sound. Always hear them just as the sun sets, starting off with their territorial calls. One of the most beautiful sounds in the bush. Right, everybody, I think we are going to say good night and goodbye to the beautiful Pride. So very happy that we managed to eventually show everybody the Rietspreek Pride this evening. Incredible afternoon, incredible sighting of that big elephant bull, the tracking of the lions, and then this amazing end, plus a couple of gremlins along the way. But thank you to all of those that have joined us. I almost forgot that I needed to mention, for those of you that are interested in getting your hands on the high resolution photograph of the week, really beautiful photograph that I got of a rhino some years back. The keyword for tonight is prehistoric. So you can send that through to us to try and get your hands on that high resolution image of the rhino that I've taken. But a big thank you to everybody at FC that helped us get back online tonight. Thank you, Matt. And thanks to everybody that joined us this evening. And wonderful, of course, to spend time with Kevin and Greer here with us. Have a wonderful day, everybody. We'll see you all very soon.
Mm-hmm.